For a casual visitor, Nangondi is just another typical rural Ghanaian village with small dotted houses whose corrugated or thatch roofs are plastered with red dust coming from the adjacent feeder roads. But Nangondi has a bigger problem. With a population of a little over 2,000, it is estimated that 1 in every 5 persons living in this village is visually impaired. And worryingly, according to health experts, the likelihood of one developing one form of sight problem or the other before reaching the age of 55 in Nangondi and other areas in northern Ghana is indeed very high. But the figures could be much higher.
So, when you come to this area, because of its nearness to the White Volta, the stream is just about 1 kilometer or 2 away from here. So a lot of people come here with eye problems, and the problems are always among the aged and the middle-aged people who are mostly affected by these eye conditions.
And what kind of treatment do you normally give them? Do you have an available treatment here?
As for available treatment, we only manage the symptoms. They come and tell you that they have itching in the eyes. They have pus in the eyes. When they sleep, they can't open their eyes. So in that direction, we only give them symptomatic treatment just to manage it. But in terms of treatment, we may have to refer them further into the special areas.
Health officials have identified river blindness, or better called Onchocerciasis, as the leading cause of preventable blindness in this part of the country. The disease is transmitted by small worms that are passed on from one person to another through the bite of small tropical black flies that carry the worm, causing blindness and various skin conditions. People living close to rivers are the most affected, hence the name river blindness. It is a daily worry that people here live with.
The eye.
What is the problem with your eye?
1964.
1964?
Where?
Last started?
Last start.
Still now?
Still now. And this one cannot see correct. Only this one. And this one too cannot see correct.
Indeed, river blindness broke out in Ghana in the early 1980s when black flies invaded communities in large parts of northern Ghana, leaving hundreds of villagers permanently impaired. Health officials now say the epidemic period is over, as the black flies, though causing nuisance, no longer carry the parasite that can cause the disease. In effect, according to Ghana health officials, the disease is eliminated.
Even though the disease has been kind of eliminated, we still have residual areas where, those who have suffered the effect of river blindness are blind. We have socioeconomic issues that come with it because there is a lot of itching. These are all kind of problems to the population. I think the bigger problem is also that after the whole elimination, then you have what is called the nuisance. Even though the fly does not transmit the disease, is still around communities, and this becomes more of a nuisance to the population.
But local people here have their doubts. We brought together 15 communities in a public forum to discuss about river blindness. And none here believe government's explanation that the black flies no longer carry the parasite that can cause river blindness. Do you still believe that, as the government says, the black flies don't cause blindness now? Do you believe it? Mr. Saidu Abubakar is 70 years now. He was around when the river blindness epidemic broke out in northern Ghana some 3 decades ago. He says all around their villages, they have now started seeing the same type of black flies that were around during the epidemic period in the 1980s. Apart from not believing that the black flies no longer transmit the river blindness, people are also concerned about the efficacy of the drug used to treat the disease. Local people say almost all the victims who got permanently impaired by river blindness in the last few years have constantly been taking their treatment drug called ivermectin. Mrs. Helen Kuso works as volunteer, supplying ivermectin drugs to people living with river blindness. She has seen many of her friends, relatives and neighbors gone blind. Now she said she is worried about her future.
When I took the medicine, I would just have a headache for a good 1 week. So the second year when I took it, the headache came low. Third, when I took it, I feel nothing. Fourth, I feel nothing. So I'm still feeling not, if it is not far, or when the writing is small, I can't see them.
So are you worried that one day you may be blind?
Yes, I'm worried. I'm worried.
Yeah, but how do you imagine being a blind man?
Oh, being a blind. See, when I become blind, I'll think and think. Because if who is coming to me, I don't know what she is wearing, what she's lean, she's now fat, I don't know. So for that I'll be asking, how are you? And doing this, so I can't see. So I imagine when I become blind, I can't see what I have to see.
Indeed, a 2007 study by the Institute of Parasitology at McGill University in Montreal, Canada, found that the parasitic worm that causes river blindness may be developing resistance to the drug used to treat it. Locals say they want the government to conduct a proper research to determine whether the parasitic worm is resistant to the treatment drug. They also want government to investigate why many people are becoming visually impaired in their communities.